So the next sutra is second chapter's 19th sutra. So earlier we have seen about the drishya, we have seen about the qualities of drishya, we have seen how it is made up of and in what all different states it exists and what is the main purpose of the drishya. So in this sutra we will understand the phases of the influences of material nature. So this sutra says Vishesh Avishesh Ling Matra Lingani Guna Parvani. So Vishesh, the meaning of Vishesh is specific or distinct. Avishesh is which is non-specific and where there is no distance. Ling Matra, the Ling Matra means it is just mere a mark or indication or the pratik. Aling is without any mark and Guna Parvani is state of gunas or phase of material nature. So we will understand the different states of gunas which exist in the form of specific, non-specific. Ling Matra means by a specific mark and Aling is without any mark. So we will try to understand about this particular sutra now after understanding the different states. So the four phases of gunas or the material nature. So the stages of material nature are characterized by these four distinct phases of the gunas. So which we have seen just now: Vishesha, specific; Avishesha, which is non-specific; Linga Matra, mere mark; and Alinga is without any mark. So let us understand what is the meaning of Vishesha. So Vishesh represents a specific and differentiated level where individual characteristics are distinct and perceivable. So this is a specific and differentiated at the differentiated level where individual characteristics can be very distinct and it can be easily understandable. This phase showcases the most specific and unique qualities of the objects as perceived in our daily life. That is the specific part, the Vishesh part. Now, Avishesh is something which is subtler to it. So, Vishesh you can think in terms of the Panchbhautik physical part. Whatever things are there, that is Vishesh. The second is Avishesh, which is subtler to it, Tanmatras level, or the non-specific, because you cannot see the Tanmatras. So this is a subtler subject or stage with no clear distinction or differentiation. So Avishesh is the subtler part which is not specific, where the experiences feel unified or blended. It reflects a state of subtlety and generalization in perception. And next is Linga Matra. Linga Matra is basically your marked. So in this phase, only the core essence or the mark of the object is perceived. So here, the core essence of the object is perceived, representing a more refined perception where the observer sees the basic nature of the object without identifying its unique traits. So it is a state which you normally get in dharana. And Aling is without any mark. So this is the highest stage where there are no marks or indications of objects which are present or the object of meditation, reflecting a state of pure awareness. So in Linga Matra, the object of meditation is present and there is just the indication of that object of meditation. Vishesh is the whole physical identification of that object. Avishesh is the subtler part of that. Tanmatra part. And Ling Matra is mere identification. You are just identifying that object. Other than that, you are not at all worried about any other thing. Other than that, nothing is identified. Now, Aling it is the highest stage where the indications of objects are present, reflecting a state of pure awareness beyond the differentiation. Consciousness reaches an undivided, unified level without any particular form. So each phase embodies varying degrees of gunas. So all these four phases have got different degrees of trigunas, manifestation in the universe from specific and tangible to subtle to abstract form. So now we will try to understand the levels of manifestation in this universe. So these four stages also represent how the universe unfolds from its unmanifested state to the manifested state. So, Aling to Vishesh form. So, unmanifested state to the manifested state. Initially, cosmos exists as unmanifested Prakriti. So, we all know that cosmos exists in unmanifested Prakriti or the pure Mool Prakriti with gunas in a balanced and undifferentiated state. So where gunas are totally balanced and they cannot be differentiated, this state of Prakriti serves as foundation of all the existence, containing both subtle and gross elements that eventually form the physical universe. So there is a proper balance, and this is the main foundation for the evolution. Through these stages of manifestation, consciousness experiences different levels of reality, moving from specific to universal, symbolic to transcendent. So, through these stages of manifestation from Aling to the Vishesh part, this consciousness experiences different levels of reality, different levels of experiencing the reality, moving from the specific to the universal, symbolic to the transcendent. So now we will try to understand how this cosmic process is normally taking place, or what is the process of evolution. So it always starts with the unmanifested Prakriti. In the initial state, Prakriti holds all the potential but remains unmanifested, undifferentiated, and without any form. It is pure consciousness containing the gunas in a dormant state. So in unmanifested state, it is in a dormant state. The gunas are dormant state, and it is Prakriti is unmanifested and undifferentiated, and it does not have any form. Now next, the evolution of the Prakriti. So as the gunas begin to interact with each other, Prakriti evolves into various stages of subtle and gross forms. So as the gunas starts interacting, Prakriti starts evolving into various gross and subtler forms, transitioning from undifferentiated state into the more specific aspects of cosmos. So from undifferentiated, unmanifested state, once this interaction of the gunas starts, it starts changing and it goes towards the more specific aspects of the cosmos. The cosmic order known as Buddhi or intellect is established. So the first thing after this interaction, the first thing which is formed is the cosmic order, which is called the Mahatattva or Buddhi, where each layer of reality builds on the previous one without replacing the unmanifest foundation. So initially there is definitely an unmanifested foundation, but with the interaction, what all different levels and layers of evolution is happening, everything is maintained as it is till it reaches the universal intelligence. So the cosmic order, the first thing which Mahatattva or Buddhi is formed, each layer of reality builds on the previous one. Now before Buddhi there may be many layers till the unmanifested form. or many layers. Just for example, suppose there are 7 layers. So the 7th layer, which is the subtlest, which is the innermost, is the unmanifested prakruti. But the remaining 6 layers, where the three gunas are interacting, and from the undifferentiated state, it is going to the more differentiated, more specific state of the consciousness. So by the 7th layer, once it comes to the 7th layer, you will see there is a formation of buddhi, or the intellectual sheath. Now, next comes the stages of gunas and the panchabhutas. So the gunas unfold into the 5 gross elements. So we all know that from Mahatattva Ahankar, then Sattvic Rajasic Ahankar, Karmendriyas, Gyanendriyas, Panch Tanmatras, and from Panch Tanmatras, Panch Mahabhutas are formed. So these Trigunas are only the main cause of this Panch Mahabhutas also. So the gunas unfold into the 5 gross elements known as Panch Mahabhutas. So these gunas will ultimately give Panch Mahabhutas. And the 5 subtler elements, which is Panch Tanmatras. The Panch Mahabhutas represent specific tangible manifestation. So from unmanifested state of Prakriti, now the Panch Mahabhutas are the more specific and tangible state, while Tanmatras represent a subtler abstract level of existence. So that's what I told you, this Panch Bhautik creation is the Vishesh, and the Tanmatras are Avishesh, because they are subtler to it, an abstract level of existence. They are subtler to the Panch Mahabhutas. So these are the stages of gunas and Panch Mahabhutas. Now next we will see the next formation is Indriyas and Ahamkar. So we all know that there are 5 Karmendriyas, 5 Gyanendriyas, Manas. So the 5 senses, or the Indriyas, including the sense of perception, Gyanendriyas, and the sense of action, or the organs of action, or the Karmendriyas, evolve from the gunas and the Ahankar. So this Karmendriyas and Gyanendriyas, they evolve from the Ahamkar, which organizes individual experience. So every individual has got a different individual experience, and this whole organization is carried out by the Ahankar. Ahankar represents the identity of sense or I, influenced by the interaction of the gunas, forming our distinct perception and actions based on the samskaras whatever we have. So whatever samskaras are there, based on that there is a interaction of the gunas, and these gunas finally evolve from the unmanifested to the manifested. So from the buddhi, when it comes to ahankar, this ahankar is ultimately forming your Gyanendriyas, Karmendriyas, forming a distinct perception and action of the person. Now next we will see what is the relation of these 4 stages with states of samadhi, or the sampragyat samadhi. So Maharishi Patanjali associates this stages of gunas manifestation with different stages of sampragyat samadhi. So he says Vishesh is basically nothing but vitark, because vitark, savitark or nirvitark. So when it is with the tark, so definitely you are using the panch bhautik sharir. So it represents a state of meditation which is focused on specific forms or characteristics, where the mind is absorbed in a tangible qualities of the objects. So Vishesh is your vitark stage of samadhi, where tangible qualities of any specific objects are meditated upon, and this is very specific because see, if you are entering in the vitark stage, so naturally you will be meditating first on the panchbhautik objects, and as you meditate, as you go deeper and deeper, as your meditation becomes deeper and deeper, then you end up with the avishesh or the vichar samadhi. So only the thought of that particular object of meditation remains, so reflects the meditative state focused on the subtle non-specific qualities of the objects merging with more unified experience. So you go deeper into the tanmatra state, shabd sparsh roop rasgandh. So from the panchbhautik state vishesh, you go to the panch tanmatra state avishesh. Next is ananda samadhi. So linga matra state is compared with the ananda samadhi. So state anand is a state where meditation is focused on the essential nature of the things rather than their specific forms, associated with feelings of bliss and oneness. So once you understand the essential nature of the object of meditation rather than the specific quality of that nature, then automatically you will have the bliss and oneness with the object of meditation. So that state is called linga matra. So there is only one form there. And then comes, when as you meditate more and more, go deeper and deeper, then it becomes alinga state, asmitanugat samadhi. It is the highest state of meditation where distinctions also dissolves, that it is specific or it is non-specific, whether it is ling or pratik or symbolic or specific forms. All the things are dissolved and consciousness reaches to a pure state of undifferentiated awareness. But that awareness also is with I-ness, that yes, you are in that particular state. That's why it is a asmitanugat samadhi. So that is the reason that this practitioner has to go through the deeper stages of meditation, moving from perceiving specific characteristics of material world to experiencing pure consciousness beyond the distinctions. So whenever you are meditating, whatever drishya you are seeing as a drishta, whatever you are seeing, whatever object of meditation is there, you will first see the object of meditation as a vishesh, as a distinct form, avishesh, the subtler part of that, then ling, the form part of that, and aling goes beyond that form also. So every drishya, whatever, every seen object, what you see as a drashta, has to pass through the vishesh and reaches to the aling state of pure awareness. Even though there is a awareness that you are in that state, but every thing has to pass through this, because every scene is a part of that same prakruthi. So this is the meaning of this particular sutra.